In our Sunrise Smart Starter, person facing life-threatening injuries after a crash last night on 490.
This happened just before 9 o'clock on 490 West, right near St. John Fisher College. The man who was driving the vehicle is in critical condition, we're told, with life-threatening injuries. A female passenger had minor injuries. Sheriff's deputies say alcohol or drugs appear to be a contributing factor here. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says just one vehicle was involved. They are asking anyone who may have seen this crash to please call 911. In our continuing coverage this morning, new information in the fatal Mercy Flight helicopter crash in Genesee County that killed 2 people.
James Sauer of Churchville and Stuart Dietrich of Texas left the Batavia airport at 11:15 a.m. on Tuesday. Their helicopter crashed around 1 p.m. in Elba. National Transportation Safety Board investigators say several people witnessed the helicopter in flight at a height of about 2,000 feet and heard a loud boom before it went down. Then TSB says it will have a preliminary report in 10 days. The full report will take about a year.
A $5 million anti-violence proposal revealed yesterday in Rochester. It's called Rochester Peace Collective to combat violence in our city. Mayor Malik Evans unveiling what he and others hope will reduce the steady string of shootings, stabbings, carjackings, and other crime.
But so many people are so beaten down because of what they see that they have lost hope. And they don't believe that anything will solve this problem. But we're saying today that we believe in hope. And I'm a faithful person, and we're going to stay faithful. But more importantly, we're going to stay connected with the larger community that is going to help us transform this sickness of violence that is permeating our communities.
Well, the money to fund the $5 million Rochester Peace Collective would come from the Federal American Rescue Plan. City Council is expected to vote on the proposal at its May meeting.
There's mixed reactions to the newly announced Rochester Police protocols for protests and mass gatherings. The new policies prevent the use of tear gas, flashbangs, canine officers, or long-range loudspeaker devices at protests. Crowd control tactics such as kettling are also banned. Community reaction ranges from skepticism to optimism.
That shows aggression, on police side, so aggression is going to be met with aggression. People have the right to assembly. They have the right to freedom of speech. So let them speak. Let them voice their opinion, the community, what their issues are.
In a situation that gets out of hand that we've seen before, that they're going to exercise those techniques that they're going to use to save lives. But you can't take away the fact that we had cars burned, buildings destroyed, businesses broken into and closed. That was not a peaceful protest.
Interim Police Chief David Smith says these new procedures will ensure people can gather peacefully and avoid conflict with police.
An Ontario woman arrested for a pattern of wallet and purse thefts in Webster. Webster police say 36-year-old Jenna Hildebrand followed women into stores and then took their exposed wallet or the entire purse. Hildebrand has been charged with multiple counts of grand larceny, and we're told additional charges are expected as well. All right, take a look outside. You'll notice many sights and sounds of spring.
It may not be that warm, but there's a lot our region has to offer this time of year. One local farm is preparing to open this weekend. Erica DeCoste takes us there now live with more. Erica, good morning.
Good morning. I'm at Longacre Farms in Gananda, and all morning we've been showing you some wine, ice cream, and now it's time to get some exercise in at a new obstacle course this summer. It was here this fall, but join with me is Audrey Allen to talk a bit about what you can bring your family out this weekend or next weekend for Mother's Day.
Yeah, so it's opening weekend. We're really excited to have everyone back on the farm for our 2022 season. We're standing in the middle of our obstacle course, and like she said, it was new in fall, but it's the first spring and summer that it'll be open. So we're very excited to come and have people come out and play. This weekend is opening weekend. Tickets for the back 40 are $9 a person, ages 3 and up, but we are hosting a can drive this weekend too. So if you bring in a non-perishable good, you will get a $5 back 40 pass to use that day. So we're supporting our local food pantry. that way, but it's a great opportunity to come out in the beautiful weather this weekend.
Yeah, and you're also participating in a Wayne County effort to support local businesses, right?
Yes, yep, that's called the Wayne County Shopping Fling. So you travel around Wayne County, you get a different little gift at each location, and the more stamps you collect, you can be entered in to win some really great gift baskets.
Hopefully it's going to be some nice weather this weekend and next weekend for Mother's Day. Really hoping the same thing as well. If you want to bring your family out, have some fun, support a local farm. And new breaking news, we're announcing this right here on News 8. The corn is not up yet, but come fall, that will be a beehive. A beautiful beehive. Having so much fun all this morning. For now, I will send it right back to you in the studio.
All right, Erica, it looks like fun. Thank you. And Long Acre is a third-generation family farm starting in 1927 as a vegetable and grain farm, evolving ever since.
All right, James Gilbert bringing you in. Temperature-wise, a little chilly out there this morning once again, but you're going to bring the sun on this Thursday, and we're looking forward to that.
Well, we saw Erica outside in the winter jacket I think she had on.
A good call.
Right, but the sun was there as well, so really kind of a mix, right? It's beautiful out, but it might not feel so beautiful. Temperatures right around freezing. See, Batavia's below at 30. Victor also below 31. But Webster, you're above. You're at 34 degrees to start off this morning. Why not? Look at this. I tell you, things just line up sometimes. The playground forecast. Numbers in the upper 40s this afternoon. No chance for any rain today. I'll have the 8-day forecast that does include some rain showers. I'll tell you when at the end of the show. Mark Alley.
James, thank you. Checking the roads with our sunrise traffic. 2 accidents just into the newsroom at this hour. One in Perrington, Turk Hill Road at Pittsford Palmyra Road, and another in Rochester, Hudson Avenue at Route 104. So avoid those areas on your commute this morning. Well, in other news, the U.S. and Russia swapping prisoners Wednesday. Former U.S. Marine Trevor Reed, who was imprisoned in Russia since 2019, is now on his way home to Texas.
Reed's freedom came in exchange for a convicted Russian drug dealer. Anna Warnicki reports how Washington is reacting to the news. And it looks like we are not getting our video to work there, so we will try to bring you the latest later in the show. But the White House vowed to continue fighting for other Americans held in Russia, including WNBA star Brittany Griner and former Marine Paul Whelan. Turning to around the state now, New York's highest court has rejected the state's new congressional district maps. The court also saying it will, quote, likely be necessary to move the congressional and state Senate primary elections from June to August. The redistricting maps were widely seen as favoring Democrats, and the state's Court of Appeals agreed in a ruling with a group of Republican voters who sued, saying the boundaries had been unconstitutionally gerrymandered.
The New York State Assembly passing legislation that would establish a 2-year moratorium on permits for crypto mining operations at fossil fuel burning plants. The bill would also require the Department of Environmental Conservation to complete an environmental impact assessment on crypto mining operations and how they affect the state's ability to meet its climate goals.
And Governor Kathy Hochul has come out in support of removing former Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin's name from the ballot in the upcoming election. The move would require a change to the state's election law. Legislation has already been introduced in the Assembly to get a candidate off the ballot if they're indicted or have a life-threatening illness. There is no such bill in the Senate yet. Supporters say it's unfair to voters who might waste their vote on a candidate who no longer has the intention to serve.
There's no good reason and no benefit for voters to require him to stay on the ballot. So I think that would be a good move, but that's a legislative matter. They're going to have to decide that up in Albany.
We see this as a disgusting abuse of power by the governor, Kathy Hochul, to try to ask the legislature to change the rules of our election in the middle of the election.
The deadline to make changes is on May 4th.
Time now for a check of the GRE Morning Business Report. United Airlines adding more flights across the Atlantic. The company said it's raising capacity by 25% over pre-pandemic levels to offer more transatlantic routes coming up this summer.
The Department of Energy is switching off the sale of many old-fashioned incandescent light bulbs. The new rules will require manufacturers to sell energy-efficient bulbs, banning the sale of those that produce less than 45 lumens per watt. The administration believes the move will save Americans about $3 billion a year.
Well, the Ford Motor Company posting a first quarter loss of just over $3 billion. The company said it was weighed down by its investment in an electric vehicle startup, and its revenue slid due to a computer chip shortage as well. The company selling 966,000 vehicles in the first quarter. That was down 9% from a year ago at this time. Here's what some folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Round 1 of the NFL Draft is coming up tonight in Las Vegas. This will be the first time the NFL Draft is held in Sin City. The Buffalo Bills, if you are wondering, have the 25th pick in the first round this year. Of course, there always could be a trade before the draft starts, so you never know. That's why you got to tune in. The Jets and the Giants both have 2 picks in the top 10. So they will be busy and perhaps wheeling and dealing as well. Speculation there. Yeah. We've got you covered during our sports segments later today on News 8. Thad Brown is in Las Vegas, and he is watching it every step of the way.
Wow.
Lives will be transformed coming up tonight.
Yeah.
Good for that. Getting out to Vegas. They get just as much sun as we've got the next couple days, but
a little warmer.
A little bit warmer. Yeah.
Got us by a degree or two there, James. We're hovering at freezing right now.
It can get cold out there in the winter months for overnight lows, but usually they can get into the 70s at least in January. They also get heat, though. They get triple-digit heat on the reg. Yeah. And we don't get that here. So let's savor that. Bus stop forecast. Numbers starting off right around freezing. It feels like the 20s. So take that in mind when you head out the door. Sunglasses worthy, certainly. Temperatures climb into the 40s. But regardless of temperature, the UV is up all the way to 7. So you can certainly burn, albeit it doesn't feel like it. It definitely looks it with those clear skies. 8-day forecast, the sun continues. Friday looks great, numbers into the 50s, upper 50s Saturday, and we finally break into the 60s by Sunday, increasing clouds late in the day before rain next week.
All right, James, thank you very much, and thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next from New York City. Have a great day.